Hi, now we are at the data loo that's completely installed, and I'd like to show you how the standard installation looks like. So we have ohm light on that data loo, we have a Wi-Fi antenna on it, and we also have a DECT antenna. And the DECT antenna is currently operated, so that's flashing green on all three lights. And it of course has a switch, and all those things are connected to the switch. So the Wi-Fi antenna, the data, the ohm light, and the DECT antenna are connected to the switch, which is connected to other switches using fiber, which is run through the field. Some of the data loos also have the GSM antenna that's mounted to the pole, and this is obviously also connected to the switch, which is inside the data loop. We are just in the process of fixing some DECT antennae. Turns out that there were issues with the power supply that lead to not going online for the SDR. So the SDR is a software-defined radio sponsored by Lime. So they built these nice shiny boxes. And it turns out that there has been an issue with power supply, which can be mitigated by adding a wire to bypass the Raspberry Pi, and that's what is going to be done with all the BTSs before they are going to be mounted tomorrow.
Yeah,
or tonight.
But the real fun is they already was mounted. And then the first test results was not so good, and then we have to go and dismount all antennae. And what we have learned?
Testing is everything.
Testing is everything.
Yes.
Yeah, testing.
Yeah.
Do not deploy hardware without testing.
And a whole lot of thanks to Sam, who is going to run all those GSM base stations. So we are only the persons who are supporting Sam for doing all the stuff. And many thanks for him. Thanks. I'd like to show you some details about the DECT synchronization view. The last episode we told you that we would like to extend the DECT coverage to flights. That was obviously nonsense. So I'd like to show you how the DECT synchronization works and how we build a tool to visualize that synchronizations. So this is the tool. We have visualized each DECT antenna that is shown as these symbols, and all synchronization relationships between those antennas are shown as arrows. Those who have strengths are shown in green. Those who have weaker synchronizations are shown in yellow and red. Synchronization is done via air. So the data is carried by IP on the network, and the synchronization between those DECT antennae is done via the RF link, because that's time critical. And of course the signal is losing strength when the antenna are more apart. So you see that there are a couple of red links in here, and we have one antenna placed at the gate of the EMF Camp. You can see it here. And this antenna is very far away from all other antennas. And the antenna we mounted on those tower on the truck is shown here. And we did that to extend the coverage during build-up to be able to provide DECT coverage on the whole field. Because if you place antenna on a higher ground, the reception is better around the place.
Regarding our one feature that keeps the customer away,
we will present one new DECT feature. The problem is when you are in a call group, for example, you are a member of a team like the Evoke team, you have a call group, one number, all people's DECT phones ringing, and sometimes you missed an answer, or you are alone and you don't know, is this a group call, or is this or was this a group call in your call list? This was a little bit a problem for the most users because they use the callback function and then the caller said, "Oh no, somebody else called me back," or the problem is gone. And the problem was you are not able to see is this a group call or not. And now we build a feature that you see a group before the name of the caller, GRP short. And for example, if Thomas calls you over a group call number, you see on your display GRP Thomas, and when Thomas calls you direct, then you see only Thomas calls.
Hi, I'd like to explain you another new really cool feature we just released. In the former old days where the registration of DECT handsets had been manually, there was a lot of customer interaction, and we printed out receipts stating the SIP login details. So all the customers went to our POC desk, the famous POC desk, you know it. And we printed them the SIP details like server, username, password, all the fancy stuff. Nowadays the DECT registration is automated, so we are not likely to print receipts anymore, not so many. And we just added the details like server and username into Google 3 to make the user able to directly copy out those details into his SIP client. If you ask yourself how to use that fancy new feature, just click on the key icon at the end of the extension list and you will get displayed a pop-over stating your login details like server, username and password. Hi, we just finished all the hard work, so now the POC crew, also known as Party Operations Center, is going to the real work. So behind us is the nightlife of the EMF Camp, and we are going to do some partying tonight.
Thank you for watching this video. We hope you had an awesome EMF camp. EVENTPHONE. Stay connected.